Good evening, everybody. Just jumping back in here again. I'm quickly going to be doing a very quick 9 minutes once I kick in, talking a little bit about the 3 B's of business. I gave you an intro yesterday. Basically, for the next 10 days, I'm going to do a free video series where I'm going to share a whole load of information around the 3 B's of business, and how and why they are really important, how they affect your business, how you can really implement them to achieve fast growth and success regardless of what your business or industry is. Basically, regardless of industry, regardless of location, regardless of size of your business, a lot of the factors that contribute to a really successful business are all the same, and so for 10 days I'm basically going to be going over the 3 B's. The 3 B's are brand, build and budget, which is a really good starting point for any business. If you're a new startup, if you're a new startup, it's a fantastic opportunity for you to learn the things that you need to do. If you're an existing business, it's things that you can take moving forwards. If you're jumping in, I just ask that you please share this broadcast out. I'm just going to quickly get myself set up, ready to go, and then we're going to fire through quickly. Over here, I'm going to go in today is lesson 1 of the 3 B's. So we're focusing in on brand today. So brand is the first one. Doing brand, build and budget are the 3 B's in business. Today we're talking all about brand, and specifically today we're going to be talking all about, within the brand section, the number 1 point. I brought it up yesterday. I gave you all an idea what I was going to be talking about today. Today is all about logos and names. I get asked all the time. I consult for businesses all around the world, online. I've traveled to various places. I've consulted with BBC Australia, amongst other big companies, and a big question that comes up all the time for people is relating to it ties in with everything. When you're setting yourself up as a new business, if you're new and you're setting up and you're looking at the name for your business, it's really important that you think, how's it going to be used? How's it going to be portrayed? Now more than ever, your name is super important, because can you secure that name across all your social platforms? Can you buy the website? Can you register the business name? All of these factors are really important when you're looking at a new business name. Can you use the format of your business name across all platforms, or do you have to change it? How easy is that going to be for people to remember? How easy is it going to be for people to type if they hear it on a podcast or the radio? Is it going to be easy to spell if somebody hears it? Think about all of these different things when you're thinking about your brand name. It might be that you have a company name that is different to your brand name that you operate with online. But my number 1 tip for you, if you're working with social media, is make your social profiles all the same where possible. And nowadays there are tools out there that can help you research before you select your brand name what's available on the different platforms. There's a couple out there. There's one called NameCheck, one called NameChecker. I'll drop the links in afterwards so that you can go and look at them and test for your own brand name. Basically, you can punch it in, see if it's available as a web domain, see if it's available on all the different platforms. So you can see if the Facebook is available, if the Twitter's available, if Instagram's available, so that you can make sure that you've got consistent branding across all platforms. Some of my clients have done a really good job of setting this up. Fantastic. Others maybe just need to tweak. There's a couple of platforms where they could do with changing names. It's really important to work out with setting up as well, which are the most important platforms to you. Where are you going to hang out? Where are you going to operate? How are you going to do business online with your customers? And that obviously changes over time. So it might change. You might think that you're going to do most of your business on Facebook and you're going to do most of your business through Twitter. And you might actually find that with the innovation of Snapchat, obviously a couple of years ago, no one was even considering Snapchat as a business tool. But now I know of businesses that do their customer service on Snapchat, 100% of their customer service on Snapchat. I've seen events sell out tickets based on just releasing information on Snapchat. It's the exclusivity and the access. So you don't know which platform you're going to go to. It is not up to you. It is up to your customers. They get to decide where they're hanging out, and you have to go there and you have to deliver for them where they are. Don't try to force them to go somewhere else. go to where they are, go to where your customers hang out, and help them to have the best experience with you. So picking your name, go do the research. Can you get the web domain? Can you get the usernames? And when you think about that, look at the format. So if you want a Twitter handle, you want to go Twitter and Snapchat, you're going to have to be looking under 15 characters to make that work. Can people spell it if they hear it? Is it catchy? Will they remember it? Think about all these different things. Also, really important, try to avoid picking names. If you have multiple words in your name, try to avoid picking words that the first word ends in the same letter as the second word starts in. It's a very common mistake that people make, which causes a massive amount of misspelling when people are trying to type it in online. Causes a lot of confusion as well with your branding. So think about your name. Jumping from name to logo, I said all of these broadcasts I'm trying to keep under 9 minutes, doing them at 9 o'clock and trying to keep them under 9 minutes for you, so they're easy, compact, and it's a video series for the next 10 days. Thinking about your logo, when you create your logo, will it work in print? Will it work on social media? Does it work on your website? Can you, like when you use that, when you get it designed, ask for it in different formats. Nowadays, more than ever, you're using it as your profile picture, you're using it across different social media platforms. When you get a logo designed, it is definitely worth getting a square version of your logo designed that is purpose-built for using on social media. Think about Facebook logo, think about in your Twitter profile. Some use it square, some use it round, so try not to fill out a square, try to get it in the middle when it's being designed. Try to work with colours that are quite easy to see and read if it's got text in, that are easy to read if it's in a smaller format. Think when you're using it as a profile picture on social media, it's going to be a lot smaller, and therefore, you know, you want it to be recognizable. It doesn't need to contain words. If you think now about some of the biggest brands in the world, obviously McDonald's uses an M, but it's the golden arches and people recognize it. If you think about Nike as a brand, they actually, if you just saw the swoosh from Nike, which is a registered trademark of theirs, you would recognize it. It is a distinguishable logo that sets them apart. Build your story around your logo, tell the story why you did it, and get people involved. Make sure that you share it, you make it interesting, and you make it your own. Own it as your business. Create that logo, make it relevant for that. The biggest mistake I see is a lot of people have logos designed, or they start with something. They're starting a business and they haven't got a logo done. My first piece of advice would be something like Freelancer, Fiverr, something like that. If you cannot afford it, I would actually recommend that you go to a graphic designer and get it done properly. If you can't afford it, then Fiverr or Freelancer is a great place to start for going and getting something professionally done on a budget. When you get it done, set the specifications that you require. State that you might need a wide version of the logo, you might need a square version of the logo, so that you can use it for the cover picture on platforms. You might want to use it square for the profiles on your social media platforms. But also, the number one thing for this is make sure you get a high resolution copy of your logo with transparency, so that you can use it wherever and whenever you want. Especially with people now doing more video, doing more live videos and stuff like that, it's really, really important to consider that actually you might want to do an overlay on a piece of video, and therefore the transparency side of it is super important. All the time when people are going, could you just fix this? Can you just put a logo on this? And not sending you over high quality logos, not having that resource available to them. It's really important to protect your own business and your own brand, that you have all of those assets to your business. Don't make the mistake that a lot of people are making in not getting those assets made and ready for you. Really, really important that you've got them ready. It's your business, you own it. Get the brand, own it. Do not copy people. Like that, you can learn techniques, you can learn styles from other businesses, but do not copy people. There are people that I know that have made the mistake of using a very similar design or logo where they've seen that and gone, oh, that looks cool, and they've just tried to change it slightly and haven't actually changed it enough that it doesn't sit outside of, you know, trademarks and copyrights, in which case you basically leave yourself open to legal action. Always protect yourself from all of those kinds of things. Make sure that you're looking after your brand, looking after yourself, and that you're creating something that's unique. Nobody wants to mistake you for somebody else. You want to be that unique brand of it in its own right, and you want to stand out online, in print, everything you do. Make sure your name is unique. Make sure you've thought about it so that it doesn't have multiple letters if you can avoid it. So like end of one word, beginning of the next. Make sure that it's under a certain number of characters if you're going to use that brand name on social media. With your logo, ask for a wide version, a square version, and make sure that it is unique. Make sure that you are consistent with it. You use the same colors, the same fonts, and all of that stuff when you are dealing online. This has been the first of 10 days worth of talking about the 3 B's in business. The 3 B's in business are brand, build, and budget. I said they're going to be 9 minutes. I'm just coming up on 9 minutes of talking about this now. So I'm going to be wrapping this one up. Really, really important. It was logos and names today. And tomorrow I'm going to be talking about web presence, social profiles, and the voice of your brand. If you want to see more of it, these Facebook Lives also go up onto YouTube. Really easy to find it. It's tristangriffiths.com/YouTube. If you want to go and subscribe over there so that you can see the full series all together in one place. You can always look for the hashtag ImTristanG if you want to follow through. That way I always tag it into the posts when I'm posting up the content. I reblog it onto my website, tristangriffiths.com. But thank you very much for joining me. If you've had any value from this, if you think anyone you know could learn from this, please do hit the share button, invite people when I'm live on broadcast. Really appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and looking forward to sharing more of the 3 B's of business with you over the next 9 days. I'll catch you tomorrow, guys. Take care.